It's 12:30, you're listening to U News with me, Joe Cobbold. Oprah's interview with Meghan and Harry, which aired on Monday night, revealed a racist comment was made by a senior member of the royal family. Sinead Harrison has more.
A shocking revelation was made in the interview when Meghan told Oprah there were concerns about how dark her unborn baby would be. Buckingham Palace responded to the issues raised as being concerning and will be taken very seriously. Since the statement was made, the palace have also replied and said, recollections may vary, but the matters will be addressed privately. Both Meghan and Harry decided to protect the royal family in the interview and refused to name which senior member made the comment. The interview also raised issues such as Archie not being given a title, the couple's loss of royal protection, and Meghan revealing she had experienced suicidal thoughts whilst in the family.
Elections that were delayed last year due to COVID-19 will take place in May, which includes selecting councillors for Worcester City Council. In certain parts of the city, new city councillors will be selected, and the election for the next Police and Crime Commissioner will also take place. COVID-secure polling stations will be open throughout Worcester, where the measures have been put into place to ensure the safety of voters, but the option to vote by post is open to those uncertain about the safety of said polling stations, if they register for a postal vote before 5 p.m. on the 20th of April. In a critical report, a cross-party group of MPs have said that there's no clear evidence that the £22 billion test and trace scheme has helped to reduce coronavirus infection levels. Here's Hope with more.
Margaret Helia, the chairman of the Commons Public Account Committee behind the report, urges the government to justify the investments of taxpayers' money into the test and trace programme. The current system has failed the British people and has led the country into lockdown after lockdown. The MPs also criticised the scheme for struggling to consistently match supply and demand for the service. Many believe that so much money has been poured into the scheme, all while ministers insist NHS heroes deserve nothing more than a clap and a pay cut. On the contrary, Secretary for Transport Grant Shapps said, if we hadn't had the test and trace system, import and export would have stopped.
Now here's Molly Guillam with this week's sport.
Vice-captain of Seven Stars Nia Jones admits consistency is key when it comes to her side improving on the heavy defeat against Manchester Thunder last week. Here is George with more.
It has been a rough 3 losses for the Seven Stars 2021 campaign. However, Jones is certain that the team has stayed positive despite the tough start. With reigning champions Thunder showing their class early on, Stars battled through to the end, which sadly finished with a loss. You can catch their next game on the 12th of March on Sky Sports.
Worcester City Football Club have pledged to further promote women's football and create pathways for more young people to get involved within the club. The announcement came yesterday following International Women's Day on the 8th of March. The club have also created a new company called Worcester City Women's FC Limited, and plan to use this to manage women's football teams from the age of 16. This pledge sets the challenge to push women's football within the city. Now back to Joe for the weather.
The Met Office has issued flood warnings across England, with Worcester being wet and windy right through the weekend. I'm Joe Cobbold with U News. See you next week.